So if you guys want, we can look at the market, and that's Market Mix podcast. We could have another piece if you want. I don't know how you time set up. No.
Well, I know I'm supposed to eat. There's this food
What
thing
time she
today.
wants to go.
That Kingston Kitchen thing. I just need to
What
text
time
her
is
to
that?
ask her. I don't know.
Today.
Yeah, it starts already. It
I
started
think
like 4
Kingston
o'clock.
Kitchen start. I think it starts, but people start going like at about
Yeah, the day people and midnight
7,
people.
8, 9.
Yeah.
People go and it goes till about midnight. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well,
let me
if
just.
we can even do like a half an hour or something, then I
Give
guess.
me
I
one
No,
second.
we should.
I don't want to get you in trouble, you know.
Bro, trust me.
Yes.
Like, I'm good. Let me look
Yeah,
and see
no, I
what
say
time
the
it
same
ends
thing too, but
first.
it's gonna be a problem. Don't worry.
No, definitely. Yeah. 4 to 11.
I already got the page, you know. I already got the page.
You get page already?
Yeah, man, I get page.
All right, give me one
We'll
second.
try to work on it.
Like, give me like a 2 minutes. I come. I know when I work myself to the bone, it's like burnout is real for me. Like,
Oh yeah,
you can't get me
trust
to the. Yeah, you can't get me to do anything.
And
So,
getting the hard part, I think, me and Randy probably have a problem with is when we get burnt out, we don't stop. So we're trying to recover.
mhm, yeah, and it takes
Recovering while
its
still
toll.
doing the work. It does
Yeah.
everything.
Exactly. So I've heavily tried and focus now on how not to burn out. So the systems I've set in place are so that I don't burn out. If I burn out, I'm dropping everything. That's just how I am. I have to drop everything, and until I get back to baseline, nothing will get done. And I can't afford that right now. So
That's the problem.
Yeah.
I think that's why we don't stop, because we can't afford to stop. we have
Is
a
that-
momentum. It just
yeah.
And
I
the
understand.
burnout is everything, because burnouts are a very, very real thing. But so many things I do, I can't stop. Like
Yeah.
running my money, Jay, I can't stop.
Yeah, you can't stop
The
that.
stage where we have, I can't stop.
Mhm.
The
think
subscriber
about it in
group.
the context of business, like just so like we're talking about it like for ourselves, but like think like a listed CEO
Mhm.
cannot stop. Like he
Facts.
has to be on the level of okay, I need to not burn out. It's not a case of I can burn out and take a break and come back. I just make sure I don't get burnt out. Because
Yeah.
I'm doing it
Are
for the
you-
rest of my life like this.
Are you burnt out? And because burnout don't feel like burnout, it's a
It
weird
don't.
thing. But let's not go down
Yeah.
that road. But it's you could have an entire episode on that, because I'm pretty sure I'm burnt out, but I just can't. I can't stop just yet. There's
Mhm.
you have
And you
to
can't
build
even
the
admit
time
it to
in
yourself
place.
sometimes. Like you really
It took a
can't
long
admit
time for me
Oh,
to
no,
realize that.
Like, it took a while for me. Like I think I'm burnt out to a good degree,
Mhm.
which means that yes, I'm burnt out. But
Mhm.
again, no, it's just I'm operating at a lower level where okay, cool, I'm doing less or whatever. But I'm
Mhm.
still, but then it feels like that is making it slower to get back to where I need to be. So
True.
Yeah.
That's why I love Habitica, because my dailies are set now where I don't feel as pressured to do the things that I used to. So I used to read for half an hour a day. Now I cut it to 15 minutes. Right. There are a lot of little things that I used to pressure myself to do every single day. I've cut a lot of that. So my dailies are at least half, probably more than half. So I don't pressure myself if I don't get this done. But there's certain things that must get done. So the other things that maybe I can get away with, I put them as habits, because I don't want that pressure on me, right? But yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I feel like I'm doing
I-
everything same way. Like, I didn't stop.
Preston's not human, so we can't really talk to him still.
Yeah, it's-
A literal
Mere
machine.
mortals. We're the mere mortals.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, there's no stopping some things.
Yeah,
And-
some things you can't stop.
Yeah, and I see like a lot of the benefit of a job from that, where you can drop it. And
Not
I
my
see a
business,
lot
not-
of
yeah.
a lot of realizing, like, to grow my business is how I need to. I have to set them up in a way where I can't be responsible for everything. And even if I have, like, you have to set up processes and people in a way that somebody can handle something and you can step away.
Yeah.
I remember often saying that from looking at it from the investing perspective, I look at a business and I can tell the difference between a business and somebody doing something. Where I'd say to the CEO, "Yo, can you go to Italy or can you go to Spain or something for a month and your business not drop?" And if the answer to that is no, then you don't have a properly set up business yet. Yeah. And I look at that to myself now and I'm thinking, can I drop my business for a month? Can I drop it for 2 weeks? I don't think so. Not in that way. So it
one application
became
on my phone don't turn off. I'm still advising clients when them come with them questions when something happen on the market. I cannot turn off the market.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yep.
The thing you're talking about stepping away or just how you look at it, and I think investing gives it that. So we again we don't do anything on the businesses. We just buying piece of them. So
Exactly.
you never would know going into business. You have to say, all right, how quick I can get to the fee like that, or that if I need
Yeah.
it. To.
Real. That's very real.
All right, so you
Okay.
guys want to talk stocks a little bit.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's pull up the
Pulling up
Bring
my
up
money.
My Money JA. The stock section brought to you by mymoneyja.com.
Right?
Yeah, wow.
You
Market
guys
top
can
really
use
have
code
no-
Limitless for a discount.
Mhm.
That's
We
true.
will have the link in the description.
You guys do. What's the discount that they get? How much they get off? I think it's a permanent 5%. Once you use it every month, you get 5% off with code
Yeah, I think
Limitless.
it's 5%.
It's a good time for us to talk to. We're talking at the end of June 2023.
All right. So we're talking about stocks. Market is dead, right?
Dark, yeah.
But yet, when I look at my money JA, I'm seeing a lot of stocks in green right now.
Gasp.
Yeah. So it's a good time for us to be having this conversation. So I don't know if you want to tell people when we're talking literally at the halfway mark for the year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Today is July 1.
Correct. And if, like you say, you can use code Limitless and link up on mymoneyja.com and you get a 5% discount. And a cool thing that you can do now on mymoneyja is this. Let me share my screen. Cool thing you can do on mymoneyja now is this thing where, so we're talking at the halfway point for the year. And so if you want to see how the market has been doing year to date, you can just select the price history over here and have it ordered by whatever you want. You can order it by ticker or PE ratio or market cap or the volume on the last day traded or whatever. So do it by advances, and this is how the market has looked up to this point in the year. These are the stocks that have gone up, the ones that are flat, including preference shares, and the stocks that are down. So there are more stocks down than up. I think I checked it the other night. It was, I don't know if you guys checked that. Do you guys check that?
Mm-mm.
No, actually. That's pretty cool.
You guys recently added this, or you
Yeah.
always had this?
Recently.
It would be a
Recently. Oh.
recent addition. So 58 stocks ended the at the half year point higher than they ended higher than the start of the year, from a low of Eppley's preference shares that are 0.1% up to a high of JPS's preference shares, which ended the first 6 months of the year 10,473%
What a day. Preference shares
up.
winning.
What? Yeah, this is the year of the
Wow.
preference share. How many questions you guys get about those preference shares? Like, what's happening with JPS 7?
You know,
Actually, I
I've
haven't
only,
got one
yeah, I think I've gotten one, but it wasn't a question. It was just somebody talking about it. So yeah, it's kind of, look at this. This went parabolic.
Yeah, a USD stock. I don't know what's happening with the JPS 7. I'm impressed that a USD stock, Trans Jamaica USD, is
Yep.
the first
Doing it.
ordinary share. That's up 94.9% year to date. A main event, the third one, 83% year to date.
Mhm.
That is
And
impressive. That
Trans-Jamaica
junior
again.
market stock too, right? And then Trans Jamaica again, the Jamaican dollar version at 76. Yeah, this is a hell of a hell of a group in the 6. Cab brokers 70%. The small, quiet, I hope people don't know about it stock, and the what is dead may never die, Siboney.
Ugly
Oh
Siboney.
wow, the vindicated Siboney, the vindicated.
Siboney. It's funny. The last episode we put out, I wanted to talk about Siboney, and we just both laughed it off. Me and Prasad.
See, you take our
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
you get it right too early. People don't know you get it right. Yeah. Why did you laugh it off? Like, you laughed off as nothing possible, or
Like it was just like a joke, like, because we were talking about companies with good reports, and at the time, yeah. So I was just like, I don't know what you want to talk. He said, talk about something we haven't spoken about really on the podcast. And I just jokingly said Siboney.
Ooh.
Even though we have spoken about Siboney on the podcast and several times actually. There's last year I made I was telling them I was saying on the podcast I made 109% off of a Siboney play.
You're cleaning boss.
You have to be
No,
careful
but I
talking
said the
about making
reasons
money
why
off
and
Siboney.
everything.
That don't matter. Yeah, so I was
That is
when we
true.
tell the reasons why, we tell what we expect. I remember we had
That
a
is
crazy
true.
theory a couple of years ago. We had a crazy theory that it's a dead company, obviously.
Mhm.
But eventually somebody's gonna buy it, and then when somebody buys it and the news of them buying it comes out, there's gonna be a heavy reaction in the market. And while it's a dead company, it's not the sort of thing I would put my money into if I'm thinking pension or anything like that. It also nominally so cheap that you can put throwaway money in there. You can leave it. You can if you can put 100 grand down and go, I can forget this 100 grand.
Yeah.
And leave it there when it was at 10 cents or 20 cents or 30 cents. The day it gets bought out, you would have a wonderful day. And if it doesn't, well, if you pretended that you lost 100 grand, you'd have been the same thing, right? Because it is a dead company. It had no operations, still has no operations, blah, blah, blah. That was our crazy theory years ago.
And then they said they wanted, and then they started talking about being bought out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
why I
eventually,
bought. Yeah.
Oh,
it's because they said it that they were talking about it, and I was just like, if somebody's gonna buy this, let me buy this first, you know. So
eventually, yeah.
yeah.
Eventually, right? And then so said, so done.
So
Finally.
said, so done. Yeah. So the latest
So
news
like
report was it came out July 29. I guess we'll link
June.
it. June 29, 2023. I guess we'll link it in the description. But yeah, 72% majority shares have
the
been
government
sold.
stake.
FinSac Limited, the government stake has been actually sold.
Wait, zoom in on it, Randy.
not sold. So it said sold.
No, it said sold, and then it was restated very quickly.
Yeah, it was just. So yeah,
The agreement was completed.
Which is in itself a dot,
Yes.
if you understand connecting the dots. Sorry, so like my motion thing just went off telling me, it's a good time to
Supposed to
meditate.
meditate. Oh,
Yeah. It came up, or it went up earlier too, and I clicked it off. So I think it just readed it. Yeah. But yeah, very interesting stuff. And I think maybe at the end of the year, who knows what this will look like at the end of the year?
exactly.
Siboney. Yeah, but that was quite the end to the half year, at least for me. And I think Danhai we've been waiting years for this moment. Like we've been waiting years. And you can see the market also reacted.
This has been a conversation of ours before we talking out to the public. We're talking so heavily publicly. Like,
before we even had a podcast.
Yeah.
Mm.
There will very likely be a day when this is bought, because here we are now.
Right.
Vindicated. Anyway, so that was the exciting stuff. But what are you guys excited about, or what's your most exciting hold recently?
You can go ahead, Preston.
I'd say Cygnus. I guess we kind of touched on it a bit recently. That you can probably pull it up. I think it was last week Friday. If you notice with Cygnus, before it was quite there wasn't much trading going on, but last week Friday there was some heavy trading volumes going on, and I think there was also another day there were also some very heavy buys. And if you go back to Cygnus and what they've spoken about basically 5 years ago, before they listed in their prospectus, they laid out that they wanted to do a share buyback. They changed it to I guess an open market repurchase, and they had given
which is still a buyback.
Still a buyback, yeah. And they gave some, I guess, timelines that they said, the initial one was the self-tender offer, that they're initially putting out, or what it seemed like a self-tender offer. They were saying that it would start, I think, by their anniversary date, which day was that? It's like mid-June. Is it June 16 or something like that?
June
they're
18th,
listed.
the 5th anniversary date
18th.
of the
The listing.
5th anniversary date of their listing date. You'd have known that date. You would have known about this program. You'd have known about this literally more than 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And so, like, you've heard, if you've listened to any of our episodes, we've joked about Cygnus so much. We've called this date this rise. We've called this rise 5 years out with this level of precision is crazy. And I another vindication stock from me. I'm surprised that you guys mentioned this. I didn't tell them to mention it, but another vindication stock from me because I bought it like just a few weeks before. Literally again because it's like, oh, I've a calendar, yeah. I literally have a calendar with my reminders in there. A calendar that we share in the grower group. And Cygnus time now. The buyback date is close.
Yeah.
5 years. And so so I sold, actually did something that I don't often do, which is I bought it a couple weeks ago and I immediately put the sell order in the same time.
Something like this, I would expect that. Yeah.
You were one of those walls.
I know I got the alert on my money JA. I got the alert that it hit the breaker, and I saw the price it hit the breaker at, and I was like, "What? Well, if it hit the breaker, then my order is gone."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
So
love that.
this was a revenge one for me. Like after all these years, just go back and go get my money, get my profit back.
Right. Yeah.
Well, you
Same
guys
for
sound like
me,
you're
because
still
in the past, I lost money off of Cygnus, and
Thoughts and
so
prayers.
yeah. So
More than anybody else, man. Trust me. Signals beat me bad.
No, I don't know if it's more than anybody else. There are people who have toughed it out.
No more than anybody else knows. I said, like, you
Yeah.
tough out, man. Oof. But yeah, I was heavy in Signals going to 2020.
Same.
I tell the story all the time, but otherwise I just wouldn't sell the shares.
Yeah, I remember you said that. Yeah. Sure.
All the way down.
So
So
hold on. You said that you enjoyed it, Preston, but like, is your play done or still in it?
no, I'm still in it.
Oh, word. So you're going for that bigger play.
Yep. So I guess we will see. When is it? We said we had worked it out. So if it was actually Cygnus doing the share repurchase, and if you count the days, so that was last week
Monday.
Friday, which was the 23rd. It would be Monday,
So by
July 3rd, that
Monday.
they should give
Still
a
announce
notice.
them.
And I guess as much as you should still do a grain of salt. So for example, if I didn't see it July 3rd, because I know how JSE is sometimes, and that even people will send in a notice and then it just doesn't get posted until sometimes a day or two after. I think that would be something to look out for, because if you look at the rules on what they have to say when they do the share repurchase, there's going to be certain things that they're going to outline pretty clearly.
Yeah.
Like if you look at, for example, First Rock, for example, in each of the notice, they have to tell you how many shares they're willing to buy up to, how the division is
Correct.
going to be between JMD and USD, the price they're buying the shares at, and a lot of stuff like that. So I still think it has more legs to go, but I guess time will tell.
Time will tell. Right? You
Time
sound
is the
Carla
master.
League-ish, bro. Yeah, time is the master. You sound Carla League-ish. Come with the real talk, bro.
No,
Like,
I'm talking cock, man.
You
No,
don't want to
would
talk.
it?
I mean, in it, what's the worst that could happen?
And I give so much.
In it,
What's the worst that happen, bad man?
I don't think they can buy. What I'm going to do? Sell and
Exactly.
Yeah. He's in
or
it.
sell and not do? Yeah.
Man, what's
Yeah,
up, Barry?
that's
And
fine.
Carib Cement.
Yeah, but I don't think not for Cygnus. I think for Cygnus, I don't know. I feel like for Cygnus, if they bought, I think that in itself is a hell of a dot, and that is a play. That is a hell of
Yeah.
a play. holding it through. Now me, obviously, I mean, I got out. I took my early profit just because I revenge profit from the
The
spike.
price is sold at?
But 14, I want to say something like 1470. So I didn't touch 15, like 1470 on the day, on this day.
The first day?
The first day, yeah, man. The first day of the big
Is
volume.
1470 the APO price? For the discount you share?
Yeah.
No, I think
Or
1474 I may have sold that.
Yeah, I
But
think
I
it was
think
the
the
discounted
APO
price you're talking about. It was like 1460 or 1470.
I think it was 1470 and 1630.
I think it's 1475.
1630, yeah, 1630.
Yeah, I think it's
1630 for the normal
I think it's
people. and then
It
14.
was
for the shareholder,
1470.
1470.
Yep,
Yeah.
1470. Is that why you did it?
I'm petty. I'm petty. I'm petty, but also, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Or pettiness aside, it's a wonderful pettiness where it also has sense behind it. A crap load of people got shares at 1470, and and this that we're looking at now is, as you can see, it is from
How many years ago? I was like,
yeah, it's
2
from
years
Yeah.
ago, 2 years ago.
late 2020.
Mhm.
So there are people who
Break even at that
have
price.
been sitting in this stock. Let's go. Well, I don't think they got the unit.
2 years, 6
They
months.
got it early January. Yeah, there are people who have been sitting in this stock from then till now. Exactly. 2 years and 6 months. And they're frustrated. How many of those people are like, yo, as it hit 1470, aka my break even, I'm gonna come out.
I'm gone.
Right? In other words, I know that there's very likely to be a deluge of people trying to get out at that price, and I'm not trying to fight that. And as I say, it's a set and forget price that I did. I literally set it and forget it until the alert went off.
Mhm.
So that's actually why I didn't want to fight against the people who got the millions of units in the APO. I didn't need to, because thanks to the market, I was able to get it for much cheaper before. So
And
that's actually why. But there's some
the peak is also
there's the
close
one
to the non-discount price. 1637 was the peak.
1637.
Mm.
Ooh. Imagine you holding from back then from $26.
Yeah,
And
I had
still
bought
holding.
in the APO and I had to sell.
Oh,
Yeah, same.
thoughts and prayers.
Same. But I was discounted, and I think I sold at a profit, or
Yeah,
just
the
break
same.
even.
I thought the discount and thing there. Let's go.
Yeah, same. So.
So you didn't go back in for like a revenge profit, Thaon?
No, I was I was still pretty. I don't know. I was in other plays too at the time,
No
and
revenge,
so
we're in
on.
profit already.
Yeah, I'm in pretty decent profit, so I can't really complain. And I was expecting
neither.
some more too, so yeah. Because currently I don't know if you came to. You had I think a chill session at Summit, and we were talking,
Mhm.
and you asked me about a stock I liked, and I said on the mic
Mhm.
RPL, and I was giving my reasons why and so on. And at that time, I was actually I was buying. I don't want to say it on the mic because I don't like to say when I'm buying a stock, right? Because I feel like if I say it
So these
too
guys have no
publicly,
fear.
no, but like if it gets, I don't mind saying it on the mic, like at a closed setting like that. But like
Mhm.
it's just if you say it too publicly, I don't know. I don't think I have a big voice or so on, but I'm still skeptical about people buying up the stock because the float is so small and so on. Like it could only take a couple
Said,
people
only
and
me
that
want my
stock fly.
units. Me not
Exactly.
try, nobody else will look on it.
You know, but at the time I was still buying and I already had some, so I said, let me just talk about RPL because a lot of people are talking. You're asking everybody in the room about which stocks they like, so I'm just like, I'm just gonna say RPL. And I was buying at 180s. I think my average price when I was talking to you around that time and even afterwards was 190, and right now my average price is 209. I believe it's
Because that he
209.
bought more. Imagine.
Yeah, I had to buy a lot more.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. We know. A lot of people are afraid of that, buying beyond their initial average price. Average
Even
up, that's blasphemy, bro.
even now I'm hunting
Even more blasphemy than
capital.
I'm averaging down, which is
Yeah,
right.
it's
Oh, I
dangerous.
did.
It's dangerous, but I mean, if you know the goal, right?
Exactly.
And
If you really
my
believe it,
goal
we go. Then
exactly. You
if you
might
plan to
as
go
well
there, then all the profit in the end of these years. So buying is
precisely.
believing.
Buying is
Yeah.
So
believing.
you're up 33% already, almost 34%.
I'd say a little bit more because I sold a little bit at 291. At a 291
But the
Oh,
or
that's
peak
sweet.
can
292.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did
Yeah.
you buy back in with it?
My order's in the queue. Let's just say that.
Oh, word. You know what's
Yeah.
funny? That thing, that sell and buy back thing, a lot of people, it's easy to say. Very few people do it.
Yeah.
Very few people actually do it.
Yeah.
And even fewer people do it deliberately.
Yep,
Even
yep.
fewer people go, this thing that I'm in is going to fall. I'm going to sell now. And when it falls, I'm going to buy in. People, I can often tell when people aren't actually doing it, but they're talking about it when them say, I want to sell now and buy at the bottom, right? Just like we
Yeah.
talk about sell at the peak.
What's the bottom?
Anybody here talking about that don't really know what I'm talking about. How you know it's the peak?
Exactly.
Like, oh, we're here.
How
We
you know
are.
it's the peak? How do you know it's the bottom?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Precisely. You're only going on until after.
Exactly. So you don't really know. And so I know that because I know that people who actually do it, they know that they don't know if it's a peak.
Yeah.
But then
So
they reach where they're
they-
supposed to
they-
reach. I'm gone.
Yeah. Or they sell in stages or they buy in stages. I don't know if it's the bottom I buy at. So I buy, and if it drop again tomorrow, I buy more. That's actually a thing that you can tell when somebody's doing for real. That's a real move. That's a Premier League investing move. If you're really trying to buy at the bottom, you don't know if it's the bottom. So you have like a call, like giving you some pro moves here. Let's say I'm looking at actual RPL. I'd probably have my alert set for like 260. So once it falls below 260, I'm getting an alert immediately. You need to consider it. Or maybe an alert and a buy order. And I don't know if 260 is the bottom. So a week later, it's now down to 245. I'm buying more. Right? So that means that my 260 buy order was not all of my money. Because I wouldn't have put even if I sold it, all of the money that I sold it for, I'm probably not putting all of that money in as my buy order because I don't know if it's a bottom. So maybe I use half.
Yeah.
And then a week later, 2 weeks later, it's down to 242. At 245, I'm happy. I'm buying again at 245. And I don't know if 245 is the bottom, right? And then it goes 246. Maybe it's upward swing. It falls again to 242. Maybe I have money elsewhere and I'm thinking, let me come in at 242. That's the real buy at the bottom. You don't know if it's a bottom. So you tend to buy in tranches on the way down. And you don't know that you bought at the bottom until you get it there. Just like how you don't know you sold at the peak until after the peak has passed.
Precisely.
And that's the difference between people who are actually investing and know what they're talking about versus just saying it. And a lot of people just say it, but I can tell, like you say, your order is in already, so you're going off our plan. The order is just there.
He's like, yo, I know what price I'm good at buying. I'm good at buying that, so I'm going for it because I know where I expect it to go.
Yeah,
And there's been some talk in the market and so on about some IPO coming. I've heard so many people say it. And I've seen stocks tumble recently. There are a lot of stocks that fell that look like really good opportunities right now. Like Preston, you were talking about dollar. And I saw dollar go close to, what was it? What was the lowest you saw dollar at?
$2
like
low, I
$2.20
think.
or $2. It's just very low.
Yeah, less than 220. Less than 220, definitely. But opportunity.
Right? Opportunity. So there's so many stocks tumbling. I'm just like, what do I grab on to? Like it's so hard to navigate sometimes. Which one looks more of an opportunity? I don't know.
Boy.
207 is a low for the 2.
That's crazy
is
to
a
me.
low for dollar.
I cried. That's crazy. Look at that.
You think it's going back up?
I'm
I'm just talking along the timeline of the year here. You think it's ending the year higher?